Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome, Groove Asia community. Welcome back to another episode of Groove Asia Leaders Unite. I am Karen Allen, and today we're going to be diving into a challenge that affects many digital entrepreneurs, especially those who don't have that technical background. This month, we are tackling conquering tech frustrations, a guide for non techies. And today's episode focuses specifically on being fearless with tech, how to tackle complex platforms like a pro. So, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt overwhelmed when faced with a new software technology or a new software tool? Maybe you have opened Groove pages or gotten on the Groove platform for the first time and thought, there are so many buttons. Where do I begin? Where? Or perhaps you've delayed launching a campaign because you weren't confident that you set up that automation and that backend correctly. Well, if you're nodding your head, yes, because we've always been there. We have all been there. You are not alone. Tech anxiety is incredibly common, even among the most successful entrepreneurs. But here's the truth, the fear is holding you back. It's holding you back from taking your business to that next level. I want to welcome everyone here before we get into it. So if you are here with me live, put in a hashtag live. And if you are here on the replay, put in a hashtag replay. Greetings, Dr. Lisa. Love the topic. Glad that you do, because we're going to get into it today. Yes, blank screen syndrome. A lot suffer from that when you first open up a new technology and you're like, what the heck? But we're going to get over that and how we're going to get through it, at least change the whole perspective about it, because it is a good thing to kind of get through it. So today I'm going to share some practical strategies that have helped me and other Groove Asia members or other digital entrepreneurs overcome those tech fears and become confident digital entrepreneurs. Now, you don't need to become a programmer or a IT expert. You just need a strategic approach to mastering the tools that matter to your business, that matter to your business. Okay, that's what we're doing, because that's all that matters. What's going to affect your business? So before we dive into solutions, let's understand what's really happening when we feel overwhelmed by technology, the whole psychology of it all. All right. So tech fears usually stem from three primary sources. You have the fear of the unknown. You know, when we don't understand something, our brains naturally become cautious. Naturally. That's just point blank from our ancient times, from the beginning. Now it's just a way to protect ourselves at that time. So it's a natural process. That's why I could say we all go through it. Number two, we have the fear of failure. We worry that we'll break something or make a costly mistake. Don't want to do that because we're thinking about time. Oh my God, let's go fix that. If I break that, I'm going to have to figure out how to fix it. And I didn't know what I was doing to begin with. That's why it's good to record what you're doing. But we have that fear of failure. And then we have the comparison trap, seeing others use tools effortlessly and feeling inadequate. There's so many tools coming out, and some people, oh, this is how you use it. I go here and do this, and then I go into there and I do that. Just knowing which tools to use and using them without a hitch. It's like, oh my goodness, do I have the time to even learn how to do that? So we're comparing ourselves with other people who are spending 8 hours a day learning that one tool, and we got 50 million things to do. And just like with any other entrepreneur, we all got 50 million things to do. Now, what makes this particularly challenging for entrepreneurs is that we're used to being competent and in control. When you're an entrepreneur, you're doing this thing on, it's you making the effort going out to make this thing happening. So you want control the narrative, the direction in which your business is going. So we used to being competent and in control. And when technology makes us feel incompetent, it strikes at our identity as capable business owners. That's what it's doing. It makes us feel inadequate, and we don't like feeling inadequate. But let's talk about the real cost of avoiding technology and what's this actually costing you by not getting into it or you not embracing it. Okay. The real cost of avoiding technology is that you have a loss of time, manual processes that could be automated could save you so much time, repetitive things that you do on a regular basis. You kind of have a checklist. Okay, I got to do this, in this order. Use some tech, use some AI and make it a whole lot easier, something you don't have to worry about. So you're losing time when you're trying to do that manually. You also have some missed opportunities, features and capabilities that you're paying for, but you're not even using it. I know we all have some technology, some kind of app, some kind of program, some kind of course to learn something. We haven't even opened it up. We thought about it when it was presented. It's like, yeah, that's a good idea. I can use it here, and I can do this, and I can do that. That's that shiny uh, that syndrome, shiny object syndrome. We pay for it, we never use it. We never use it. Missed opportunities. And we have all the technology a lot of times and all the software and apps that we need to run a viable business, but we don't use it. So, different features that can help us out, never put it into practice. Also, we also delegate unnecessarily. We are paying others. We have the technology, but we're going to pay someone else to do the task that we can easily learn. Easily learn. There's enough YouTube videos out there, a lot of people free training courses out there for you to learn the technology, but yet we decide to pay someone else to do it. Now, granted, time is precious and time is money. But if the money is going that you're paying someone is going to outweigh the time that it takes for you to learn it and use that money for something else. And also, we are delaying launches. We have ideas in our heads that we want to get out into the world. We want to make an impact in the world, and we don't do it because we don't know what's going on. Products and services that aren't reaching the market. They are not reaching the market because we are afraid. Then you have the stress and frustration, the emotional burden of working around limitations. Working around limitations. So that's the real cost of avoiding technology. We're losing time, we're missing opportunities, we're delegating unnecessarily, wasting money, we're delaying our launches. I mean, we're minimizing our impact into the world, and the whole stress and frustration of having to do all the manual stuff day in and day out is, make your hair fall out. You're losing sleep at night. Then it becomes bad for your health. You don't have your health, you don't have too much else. Remember that. So remember, the most successful digital entrepreneurs aren't necessarily the most tech savvy. They're the ones who develop systems to overcome their limitations. So developing systems. Now, there needs to be a mindset shift about how we think about technology. First, like we mentioned last week, technology is a tool. It's a tool just like a hammer or a microwave, vacuum. It's a tool. You don't need to understand every component of it to use it effectively. Now, would you refuse to drive your car because you don't know how the engine works? No. You go get in that car, it's like all I need to know is how to steer, where the acceleration and the brake is, and put it in the gear. That's all I need to know how to do. So with technology, you just need to learn the things that you need to learn to help your business. And secondly, adopt a need to know approach. Okay. You don't need to master every aspect of the platform like we talked about before. Just the parts that are relevant to your business. That's it. So in order to do that, you can take an explorer mindset. Going to explore, you get a new technology. We're going to explore how that works. Instead of seeing yourself as instead of seeing yourself as technology challenged, try adopting what I call the explorer mindset. We're going to explore this technology. So explorers, when we're going into it that way, explorers expect to get lost sometimes. You know, because you don't know where you're going, you don't know what you're doing, so you're gonna expect to get lost. It's part of the journey. Explorers celebrate small discoveries. So say you go out on a trip, you're trying to get somewhere, you're getting lost, but you have discovered a nice little ice cream shop that sells homemade peach ice cream. Now I live in Georgia, so we got those ones down in the country. Homemade peach ice cream where they just picked it right out of their orchard and they are processing it in that little ice cream place and they sell it out to their community. That's what happened to me. Celebrate those small discoveries. That was a discovery. The explorers bring maps and guides. So those are those tutorials, those help documentations, those YouTube videos. For me, it was GPS. It was GPS when we were out there in the country looking for my auntie's place. But yes, it was GPS. So bring those maps and those guides. Explorers know that each expedition gets easier. So now I know exactly how to get to the ice cream parlor. At least, first of all, exactly how to get to my auntie's house. But also, I look forward to stopping by the little ice cream parlor that sells that fresh peach ice cream too. So that's the explorer mindset. It makes it a lot easier to get to where you're going. Learning any new technology follows a predictable pattern. You have the conscious incompetence, is where you don't know. You don't know the jargon. You don't know the processes. You don't know the systems, and this can feel uncomfortable. That's when everyone don't know. I mean, I like well, not like to it, but when I'm jumping in something new, it's like I know I don't know it. I need to find out with it. Especially when we get a group of people who don't know either, and you're all learning together. That is when everyone is working to better themselves. This helps when we have space for that in the Groove Asia community, which is the Power Hour Plus. When you know you don't know, that's why you get around other people who's learning also, and that's just one place that you can do that. So you have the conscious incompetence. Then you go from conscious incompetence to conscious competence. You can do it with effort and concentration. That's when, okay, I got the information in my head. I've been training on this for a while. Um, I know the next step when I'm doing it or I'm seeing doing it, but I need no distractions. Don't distract me. I need a long period of just focus work. Okay. Then I can get it. Walk and you're walking through it. So you can do it with effort and concentration. You've seen it done, you're doing it yourself, you have the knowledge of how it's supposed to work, and you're just going through the steps, step by step by step. From there, you go to the unconscious competence, where it becomes second nature. That's when you have like, go here, go do this, go, and you could tell somebody else, go here, do that, and you don't have to have the technology in front of you, and you can tell someone how to work through it. That's when you're unconscious competence. You know what you're doing. That's what it is. You know what you're doing, and it flies off the top of your head. Know it like the back of your hand. Peaches, yes. Peaches is a good thing. Peach ice cream is so good. All right. So those are the processes, those patterns. So what pattern or where are you in your technology journey? Are you still in the conscious incompetence? Are you in the conscious competence? Or you are in the unconscious competence on just how you feel about technology? Put that in the chat box. Let's see what you See what we have here. Right now, I'm in the conscious competence on some of the technology that I'm using, and unconscious competence in ChatGPT. ChatGPT is like a board member, my chief marketing officer, and everything else. So we have long discussions. I'm pretty good with that one. So that's basically your journey from going from novice to expert. And that's all you're doing. And the more time you spend with it, more buttons you press, you'll be an expert in no time. All right. Dr. Lisa said all three. Depending. You're right. Depending on what platform and what tool you're using. Exactly correct. Now, the key insight is that everyone goes through phase one, but many give up before reaching phase two. Now, understanding this natural progression helps you persist through the uncomfortable beginner stage. So just keep at it. Keep at it. Persistence is the key. Persistence and being consistent. Persistent and consistency is the key. So let me share a story when I first started with Groove Asia. I came here to learn SEO. That was my end goal. How to learn SEO. I was trying to do how to build web pages. Didn't want to do the WYSIWYG way, the Wix way, drag and drop way. So I was like, I need to learn how to build. I need to learn HTML and CSS. Took a couple of classes just to find out what the industry standards were. And then I found out, okay, now it's not only just building landing pages, but I need to know the SEO. And at the time I was learning or trying to learn SEO. Groove had just started. I was like, great, I finally got a platform where I don't have to, I could make as many websites as I want because I needed to learn how to do that. And I figured I need to do that because I want to go into affiliate marketing. And it was opening up that Groove platform was like, wow, it had so many bells and whistles on it. And at the time, it wasn't fully developed. And I'm so glad that we're really getting into it right now and making perfecting the platform. And it is a journey, definitely a journey. And Dr. Lisa, I'm glad you are loving your journey too. But after being with the community for a while, got an opportunity to um, step up in the Groove Asia community, and get additional training on how to do. Got some exclusive invitations on how to do a lot of the things I would need to become a digital entrepreneur, and I took advantage of that. You see me a lot because I was like raising my hand. Yes, I'll do it. I'll do it. I want to do it, or at least experience it. At least experience it. And since I was brand new to it, just learning through this whole process. And that's how I get an opportunity to speak to you today. In my journey, I'm sharing my journey with you in these Groove Asia Leaders Unite on the things that I've learned along the way in these last few years I've been in the community. Okay, so the minimal viable product. Um, so that's my journey here in learning different things in the Groove community. Now, for the actionable part, here are 5 specific strategies you can implement today. And I'm going to just use the Groove platform for example, because that's what has brought us here. So the minimal viable knowledge approach. This is strategy number 1. Instead of trying to master an entire platform, identify the 20% of features that will give you 80% of the results. Now, when you open up the Groove platform, you have Groove pages, Groove funnels, Groove affiliate, Groove cart, Groove sell. You have video, you have Groove member, all those available to you. But what are the 20% apps that you would need to get your business off the ground? Maybe it's just Groove pages and Groove mail, or pages and mail, or funnels and mail. You're gonna need some mail. Okay, Groove mail you're just gonna need because you're gonna You need to be able to nurture your potential customers. So make that once. That's going to be one of your 20. Or Groove Sell, or you want to do a blog and set up Groove Sell, or you want to do Groove Cart and Groove Mail. Find out where your 20%, your 20% that's going to give you 80% of the results. List your top 3 business objectives. Identify specific tools, features that directly support those objectives, and then focus exclusively on mastering those features first. Only expand your knowledge when necessary. Now, I know when you open up that platform and you start um, learning what other people are doing with the platform, you're just like, yes, I can do that. I can do this. I can do, I could set up a web page, have a blog on it, and then have create some merchandise to sell on there. I'm going to do webinars. I'm going to create a course. All those things are possible in the Groove platform, but focus on one thing first. One thing first, one thing first, and then you can gradually add those other apps. Utilize those other apps as your business grow. So, for example, with Groove Pages, you might only need to know how to um, create a basic landing page if you decide to use Groove Pages. Add opt-in forms and connect your email service. Mastering these core tasks before worrying about advanced customization. And the cool thing is that the Groove platform has a lot of templates that you can use. So that's something you can use. So pick the apps you're going to use and then narrow it down to a few things on that app that you need to get your business going. Second strategy, use the playground method. Create consequence-free environments for practice. Set up test accounts. And those things you can do in the Groove platform. Set up create some dummy opt-in pages, some dummy websites. Set up a test account or a sandboxes, which are test accounts. Create duplicate pages before editing the original. That helps a lot. Even when you're on your Groove Pages and you're creating your website, create um, blocks. Copy your blocks. Play with one of them. Let the other one stay in its original condition. Well, with Groove platform, you can always go back. You can always go back. You don't have to worry too much about that. But duplicate websites, duplicate a website or a template, play with it and see how that works for you. Okay, so create those duplicate pages before editing the original. Also, use the preview function extensively. The little eyeball at the top, in the on the bar at the top. Use a little eyeball. Change one thing or two things. Look at it. See how it looks. Preview it. And then if you don't like it, you can use the back feature to go back and do it again. And then lastly, back up your work regularly. Save, save, save. Do something, save it. Now, this eliminates the fear of breaking something important and it gives you freedom to experiment. So that's the playground method. Playing when you're just playing around with it. And that was strategy number 2. Strategy number 3 is the strategic learning. Now, not all learning resources are created equal. Optimizing your learning with these approaches, start with official Groove tutorials. They're designed for beginners. John Carnetta is making a lot of tutorials with, to help those who are new to the platform. He's allowing access to a lot of tutorials that are new to the platform. He has Kevin Strite that's helping out. He got his whole tutorial coaching program there. We also hear Groove Asia facilitate and host the small group coaching that's happening. That happens twice a week. That happens twice a week to help you with that. So those are things that you can do. So those are some of the official tutorials that you can use, and there's plenty other information that's out there on the web. Use the search function to help documentation rather than browsing. Use that. And find task specific tutorials. How to create this, how to create a pop up, how to create, create whatever, how to, da 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 da. Find those specific things to get those things done. You can also join the community for peer support. We always have the Power Hour Plus that's available for you, the small group coaching that's also available if you have a question, and then schedule focused learning sessions, 30 minutes, 3 times a week at the very least. 30 minutes, 3 times a week. So that is our strategic learning. You also have the template technique. So don't start from scratch. That's what templates are for, to get you up and running where you do not have to start from scratch. Begin with pre-made templates. There are a lot of them in the Groove platform. And in other software that you use, and they have templates. They might have some examples in there that you can use just to get an idea of how it's to look. So you can begin with a pre-made template. You can study how they're constructed, how they're doing it. And a good tech platform would have a some videos or some instructions on how you use their tool. Make small modifications first, small steps, baby steps, and then gradually customize more extensively once you get the hang of it. Templates aren't cheating. They're not cheating at all. Use those templates. Canva, that tool, a lot of templates. They're training wheels that help you understand the best practices. Templates are great. Just don't use the whole template and then put it on and claim that it's all yours. Tweak it some. I mean, goodness, tweak it some. You don't want to be looking like everybody else who decided not to do that. Again, the fifth strategy is the 20-minute rule. When you hit a roadblock, which you will, try to solve it yourself for 20 minutes. Only take 20 minutes. If you can't resolve it, seek help. I know I've spent like 2, 3 hours trying to figure out something, or days to try and figure out something. Seek help. Seek help. Document the solution for future reference. Once you understand how it works, record it so you can go back to it. Even if you have someone to help you with it, record the session as they're training you and helping you go through it so you can go back to it. This balances self sufficiency with efficiency, with the effective use of your time. Okay, so that's what you're going to do. So, those are some of the strategies that you can use in trying to, in working with your tool. In working with your tool, you can have that minimum viable knowledge approach, the 2080, the playground method, create some test play, some test areas where you can manipulate and there'll be no consequences. You can use the strategic learning. Start with those official tutorials. Use those as a guide, and or the template technique. Use a template. Don't start from scratch. And lastly, the 20-minute rule. That will help you save a lot of time and ask for help. So now let's put things together into a consistent system. Your TED mastery plan. Seek weekly planning. Your weekly planning is that you're going to identify one specific TED skill to focus on each week. One specific TED skill. You're going to spend 15 to 30 minutes practicing that skill. 15 to 30 minutes practicing just that skill. That's a daily practice. And then you're going to document, you're going to keep a simple text journal, tech journal, simple tech journal of what you're learning. And then in the end, you're going to celebrate. You're going to acknowledge every small win and new capability. You're going to be amazed at how much you're going to learn within a week, a month, and then throughout the year. The following year, turn that into a course. Turn that into a course and sell those notes. That's what you do. That's what you do. We find stuff on find how to do things and use our journey, make our journey profitable. Okay, because we're spending the time to do that. So you have that tech journey, it could be a course. Sell those notes. I have bought people's notes before. So finding your tech allies, build a support network. You can join our Groove Asia Facebook group for peer support. A lot of our what we're doing in Groove Asia is announced on our Facebook group. Finding an accountability partner who's on a similar journey. So a lot of accountability partners in the Power Hour Plus that's there. We all are accountable to each other and share what we're doing. So if you want to share what you're doing, come on in. I invite you. And consider joining our monthly um, tech mastermind sessions. Those are our Take Action series, which is going to be on the third week of this month. We're going to be going and learning more about the platform. So those are our mastermind sessions. And remember, the goal isn't to become a tech expert. No, that's not the goal. It's to become comfortable enough with technology that it empowers rather than limits your business growth. You want to be empowered with that. Remember, it is just a tool. So let's wrap up what we've covered today. Tech fear is normal, and it stems from predictable psychological patterns. It's in us already. The cost of avoidance is greater than the discomfort of learning it. Okay. The cost of avoidance is a lot greater. Just learn it. Get into it. You're not gonna have a choice after a while. Whatever you get on your online and even in your everyday life, you will be using it on a regular basis. As more businesses find out that is they don't have to spend as much money and they can increase their bottom line, you're going to be forced to use it. So might as well learn it so you know what you're doing. Get comfortable with it right now. Mindset shifts like the Explorer mindset can transform your relationship with technology. Practical strategies like the minimum viable knowledge and the playground method make learning manageable. And build a consistent system ensures a steady progress. So I want to go over those consistent systems. Again, as I say, weekly planning, identify one specific tech skill to focus on each week. Daily practice is that 15 to 30 minutes practicing that one skill. Document, document, document your text journey, and then celebrate in the end. So that's what we have covered today. And the digital entrepreneur who thrives aren't necessarily tech geniuses. No, they're the ones who develop systems that overcome their limitations. That's what you do. Systems, systems. So here's my challenge to you this week. Choose one Groove tool or any technology tool that you want to use, that you want to learn. Take any tool, feature that you've been avoiding and spend just 15 minutes per day exploring it. Then share your experience here. Share it in our Facebook group. Share it in the Facebook group. And next week, we're going to continue our tech frustrations series with simple tutorials. That's what we're going to do. So I do want to thank you for joining me today. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Rob is here. No, Roy. Roy is here. Catch up with some of this. Sure, and important. Thank you. Thank you, Roy. Glad that you're here with me today. And like Dr. Lisa says, systems and automations, baby. Yes, system and automations is going to help us to go super fast, super quick, and we are going to be out of this world when we fully take advantage of it. And I hope you do take advantage of it because that is where we're going. So I want to thank you for joining me today. And remember, technology should serve you, not intimidate you. It should serve you, not intimidate you. You got this. The whole entire Groove Asia Groove community is here to support you along your journey. So until next time, keep grooving and keep growing, and I will see you next week.
Hi, this is Simon Liang with GrooveAsia.cm. Are you already a part of the #1 community in the world? If not, do so right now for free training and support, along with live sessions to help you succeed. Start now by joining us in our private Facebook group and get more exclusive video content on our YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe with notifications turned on for all updates. Join our community right now. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you on the inside at GrooveAsia.cm.